from college. He was like, guys, stop naming your kids Mike. Hi, I'm Mike Matusevich, not Mike Olasky. This is Mike Olasky. Here at Power Morphicon at Pasadena Convention Center. How are you enjoying your convention so far?
I'm doing great. It's a lot of fun. Meeting the fans is always a good part of the time, you know what I mean?
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And I'm glad to actually meet you for the first time in person this year.
Well, the honor's all mine, thank you.
No, the honor's all mine.
No, it's mine.
No, it's mine. Okay. So my first question to you is, what was your process for becoming young Rocky? Did you get like any mannerism tips from Steve Cardenas, or did you have to study him while like watching the show as a kid?
Well, when you're that young, I think part of the casting process is looking for people who have similar mannerisms when they audition. So by the time I got the part through that like long, arduous journey, I think they were looking for people who not only looked like Steve, but also sort of behaved like Steve right off the bat. And then by the time we got on set, it was mostly a process of like hanging out for just a little while together and a few little like accoutrements that might be added on top. So it wasn't like a really intensive sort of method acting version of trying to be Steve. Plus, being that young, you're a different person when you age into the level that Steve was versus what I was. So you get this kind of leeway to be able to play with. So it wasn't really much of a challenge. It was more or less just go in, do the job, stand on your mark, and then try not to get fired for being a kid on the set of the world's most popular television show. So.
Yeah, so you first showed up in a two-part episode in season 2 where the Rangers went back in time and turned back into kids, lost their memories, and for the most part, a lot of people thought it was going to be a one-off two-part episode where we just see the Rangers as kids at one time. So how did it feel being able to come back to the same child role for like an entire 10-episode saga?
Well, it was a pleasant surprise, like 9 months or a year later when we got the call and found out that we were doing a full contractual season of Power Rangers in that miniseries. So it was just a lot of fun. We went into for the two-parter, and it is what it was, and I was like, cool, I got to be on Power Rangers. It's like, a shoot for like 5 days or something like that. And then to get a call back and be like, hey, guess what? You guys are kind of your own series now. It was like a pleasant surprise. So obviously that two-parter episode did really well and really set the stage for, having a young Ranger be a full-time cast member in Turbo a few years later.
Yeah, one of the weird things for me was how you had the Alien Rangers show up as the de facto Rangers of the show, but on the credits, like, it was basically you, the kid actors, instead of, David Bacon and Jim Gray, etc. So working off of that quirk, do you think there should have been an episode where you, the child actors, should have worn like kid-sized Ranger suits, even if it was just for like one episode?
I do think of how funny it would be is instead of trying to morph and then having it not work, it would have been a lot more fun.
Speaking of which, there's older you right now.
It would have been a lot more fun to morph and actually just the costumes just showed up on us like incredibly big and folding everywhere. And us just like, we can't do this. That would have been a pretty fun twist, yeah.
So in the second half of the Alien Rangers arc, the 5 of you had to go back in time to your ancestral points. Like Rocky specifically had to go to Mexico and visit his grandfather. So if you got to go back in time, and let's say you weren't obliged to visit like your ancestors, though you have the option to, if you could go back in time to any time period and the date, any time period and location, where would you go?
I think that's a pretty easy question for me to answer. It's pretty simplistic, being a white dude, right? Like I get to go anywhere and like, oh, you're good to go. So I would say, I don't know, pulling something out of my head, probably Prohibition era. Prohibition era America sounded really fun. As long as you were like well-to-do in the Prohibition era, because that then you can go to speakeasies and experience that whole flapper culture, versus when you were in Prohibition area and had zero money, you didn't get to do anything, right?
Yeah. Plus, I imagine the alcohol probably tasted better because it was illegal.
Maybe. I don't know. That stuff was rock gut and made in a bathtub. I'm not quite sure if I agree with you.
Maybe. So if you got to come back to the show playing a completely different character from Rocky, because we got Steve Cardenas playing the de facto adult Rocky, what kind of character do you think you would see yourself playing?
I don't even know how that would really work. Being a union actor and it still being a non-union show, I don't even know if that's a possibility. If I had to pontificate on it, I don't think I would want to play Rocky, because I feel like that's definitely Steve's position to play. Right?
Yeah, it's kind of like Daniel Logan and Tamura Morrison from Boba Fett.
Yeah. It's like kind of like peeing on your own shoes. You don't want to do that. He did such a good job. I don't know. I would always love to play a bad guy. I mean, through my entire career, I've had a very kissable face apparently, and so I've only played good guys. So it'd be really cool to play a bad guy. I'm going to pitch it in 2 words. Here you go. Dark Rocky. How about that?
Ooh. I like that. I like the idea of that. That way we get more Rocky story to work with. That's really wonderful. Anyways, is there any social media you'd like to plug for your fans to follow you?
Oh, I'm a social media whore. So I mean, you search my name on the internet, you're going to find some stuff by me. But sure, yeah. Follow me at Big Bang Mike on TikTok. At Big Bang Mike _ on most other social media platforms, and honestly, if you just type in Michael Lasky, you're gonna find some stuff. Some will be embarrassing, others maybe less so.
Yeah. That's fair. And of course, I'm Mike Matusich. That's Michael Lasky. Further down is Mike Gatto, who's not on screen. Too many mics.
There's too many mics in the house, guys. Yeah. Stop naming your kids Mike.
Plus, there's like another mic like further down, and then there's an actor playing Mike, like further down. But yeah, Mike Matusich and Michael Lasky.
And
Mike. Yeah. This has probably been the most fun closing to an interview I've ever had.
I just ruined this interview. You're welcome, I guess.
Anyways, enjoy the show.